Host risk factors. A host risk factor is a factor that makes an individual more vulnerable to a disease. This includes an individual's race, sex, gender, age, nativity, and marital status. All of these factors contribute to the development of the Zika virus. Marital status is a host factor and makes an individual more vulnerable to Zika. The Zika virus can be contracted through sex. Being sexually active and having multiple partners put someone at a higher risk of contracting the Zika virus. Gender is another host risk factor to the Zika virus. It makes an individual more vulnerable to the disease. Females are vulnerable to the Zika virus. If a woman is currently pregnant or plans to become pregnant in the upcoming years, they are advised to delay the pregnancy in places where the Zika virus is seen to be active. Sexual transmission of Zika has been documented in several countries, and the planning of pregnancies is advised to wait at least 8 weeks if the virus doesn't appear, and this is stated by the World Health Organization in 2016. Primary microcephaly. The Zika virus is associated with primary microcephaly. This is when an infant is born with an abnormally small head, which is usually associated with development delay stated by Malone et al. In 2016. Malone et al. In 2016 also found that there were unusually high rates of cases with microcephaly in association with the Zika virus, and they have raised concerns globally. Environmental factors. An environmental factor is a factor that makes an individual more vulnerable to a disease, which include factors such as geographic areas, social and economic factors, education, familial, social, cultural, and occupation. An environmental factor that is associated with the Zika virus is tropical regions. Tropical regions are known to attract more mosquitoes and are known to carry the Aedes mosquitoes, which are known to transmit the Zika virus to people. Now we are going to be discussing South America's Zika problem. Brazil and other Southern American countries are at a higher risk of acquiring the Zika virus compared to other regions. An annual report provided by Malone et al. In 2016, ranging from 2010 and 2014, showed that there were approximately 6 to 100,000 live births listed as the incidence rate from Brazil. From the Zika-associated cases alone during the year of 2015, Brazil has a rate of 117 to 100,000 live births. You can clearly see the spike of numbers of Brazil's incidence rate of live births caused by the Zika virus from these numbers listed. This figure represents a map of the states in Brazil. The top half of the figure represents the states in Brazil investigating microcephaly cases for association with Zika virus infection. The bottom portion represents the states in Brazil with confirmed circulation of the Zika virus. The red region you could clearly see in both parts take up vast majority of Brazil, and you can see how big of a health problem it provides for Brazil. Temporal variation. Mosquito bites are more susceptible during humid temperatures and season changes. It is highly susceptible from the season change of winter to summer. There is a seasonal increase of mosquitoes present between the months of September through March, and that is provided by Malone et al. In 2016. Zika's pandemic. Zika virus is considered a pandemic. A pandemic is defined as an epidemic of an infectious disease that has spread through human populations globally. Zika is recognized as a widespread virus that has spread to many people along many different countries all throughout the world.